Let's do this.
We finally got the cornerbacks off the schneid.
Finally, man. It was a long time coming. But, we made the plays we were supposed to make to stay in the game and came up with a big play.
Just talk about that effort collectively from 11 guys the second half. I think it was 4 punts, 2 picks, and a missed field goal in the second half.
Yeah, halftime AG came up to us, and he had a heartfelt message for us to just play our game and to go out there and just put it all on the line because at that point, we losing the game and there's nothing else to do but to try to win it. You're already losing, give it all you got. And that's what we did. 11 guys went out there and did their jobs.
Results of those drives aside, how good does it feel for you to walk away tonight and say you got 2 picks?
Feels good. Great. Because, it was still a close game. And, whether you win or lose that game kind of, depends on how you feel after the game. Like, if we lose, it's like, I got 2 picks, but, we lost. But you win, it's like, let's go, it's a little bit more exciting. So I'm happy we got the dub, and I'm happy we all came together as a team and got the win.
This is really the meat of your schedule, 4 or 5 on the road against 2 really good teams, Green Bay, Houston.
Yeah.
How much confidence do you guys have now going through this stretch undefeated?
Honestly, it's letting us know a lot about ourselves as a team, being able to go on the road against tough opponents, like the best opponents, in my opinion, in the league right now, and getting a dub out at their home stadium is huge for us. It's a huge confidence boost, but, nevertheless, we still got to go back to work and continue this streak and continue to get better every day.
This was coming out for the second half. Can you just describe the way that you felt the energy changed throughout those last 2 quarters?
Honestly, I'm never really paying too much attention to the crowd. I'm not going with the flow of it. I'm trying to, just focus on my job. And honestly, I don't even hear them, if I'm being honest with you. But it was loud when we first got out there. It was a good crowd. When they were up, they were loud. And then second half, make some plays, and it's kind of going down. But like I said, I'm not paying too much attention to it. I'm just trying to get a dub.
You said you learned something about yourself in games like this. 5 turnovers by the offense. You cut them out in the second half, holding the 23 points.
Yeah.
What did you learn about that defense today?
Grit. That's it. I don't got nothing else to say. Grit. You look up the meaning of that word, and it'll tell you everything else. Like, just grit, bro. Like, that's all we made of, just grit.
They're 5 for 5 in prime time this year. Does it just get a little butterflies when you know that the whole country's watching this game?
No, not really. We kind of been here before, especially me. This is my 7th year in the league, so I done played at the highest of the levels. Like, it can't go no higher than that. So honestly, I just play my game. It's a good time to have a good performance, but at the same time, man, we might have another big game next week or in 2 weeks. So just keep it copacetic.
What were your thoughts when Jake trots out onto the field for that 52 yards?
I was like holding my breath. I was just like, please, because they are a good team. You don't want to give them too many chances to get back in the game, and he iced the game for us, man. He did his job, and I'm so happy for him.
You may have described the first pick already. Alex said it was a play of the game. You guys might not win that without that one.
Yeah.
Progressing in that second half. Can you just walk me through that and how important do you think that was to sort of giving everyone the confidence that he had?
Man, honestly, like going into halftime, like I said, we had a prep talk, but for me personally, last year I played in this stadium when I was with the Bucks, and I had a terrible game, and it was probably one of the worst games I've ever had in my life here. So just coming back here 1 year later, like I think it was like the same time frame last year, I gave up a winning touchdown, and that was just heavy on my heart. I wanted to get payback, and honestly, it's never personal for me, but I did feel that on my heart. And when we was losing, I just told myself, like, bro, we got to make a play. Like, I'm not going out sad to these guys twice. They're a great team, well-coached guys, but at the same time, we are too. And, like, the emotional state just kind of took over, and I was like, I'm making a play regardless, man. I couldn't leave the stadium twice, 2 years in a row, not being able to say I'm a winner and not being able to overcome this team. And like I say, they're a good team, but at the same time, like, the competitor in me just needed it. I needed to show them, because it's not about, stats or whatever. Honestly, for me, at the end of the day, it's about respect. And I want to earn the respect of every team who I play against. And last year, I didn't do that. Last year, they could go into this season, or they may have gone into this game thinking, well, we could get them again. And they had a little bit of success earlier, but, like I said, for me personally, I had a personal vendetta just to show them, just to get my respect back. That's what it's all about for me. So going into coming out of halftime, I had to do something. I was like, I'm about to just let them know. So.
And you did it. There was a little veteran savvy to that. They baited them into throwing.
I definitely did, but you know what? They were so if you watch film, I jump outs all the time. Like if you watch this film, like I'm in good position on every out, and I know this team, they like to like run out, and then do a double move. So when they ran the 2 outs, I didn't play it too hard, and they was throwing it, they was completing it, and I know coming out of halftime that they would want to go back to that because they're a team who love to repeat successful plays. So when they went back to it, or they gave me the set that I was looking for, and we was in the right call, I knew I would jump it. I knew I would jump because they had success earlier, and they probably threw like 3 outs on me prior to that. So I knew that they were, willing to do it again. So yeah.
Other side of the world, what do you learn about Jared Goff in a game like this when stuff not going so well, you really close it out the way you did? What do you learn about your team in a time like that?
I never doubt Jared, man. I've been playing against Jared, since I got in the league. I know what type of player he is. I know what type of guy he is. I know that offense, man. They're tough, man, and they are very resilient. And even if he could have thrown 5 picks, I'm still riding with him regardless. Because, for one, he's our leader, but for 2, that guy isn't going away easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if we keep continuing to give them the ball back, we know at some point they're going to get points up on the ball, on the score. So honestly, we never panic. As a defense, we just want to do our job. We know how good our offense is. So as long as we could get some stops and get them the ball back, we got a chance.
When it comes to your type of mentorship role in the TV room, what or how have you noticed Terrion take the tape and learn from things like this?
Terrion's been learning from me ever since I came here. He's been a good rookie that way, just trying to learn and soak up the game like a sponge. And even in games like this, he had like 1 penalty, but then he came back and he came through for us later on in the game. And I love working with him. I love being a mentor to him because he got so much potential, and he is on his way to being like a great corner. Like I can see it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this hardware, these fine leather goods you have in your arms, under each arm. Tell me about those 2 game balls.
I think the best thing about it is, the team that wins gets one of their players gets a game ball, so that means we won. That's I think the best part about it.
What was that like, getting hoisted up by the guys and carried off the field? Have you ever had a situation like that before?
No, I don't think so. I think that's the first time I've had I've never been hoisted like that. That was pretty cool, just to see the sidelines coming to embrace me and stuff. That was a cool moment.
What were your thoughts going through that kick?
I don't change anything. Don't make the moment bigger than it needs to be. We practice so much, so just kind of do that.
What did anybody say to you before you went out there for those?
Nothing. I don't really like talking to people. Like I'm pretty to myself and stuff. So, and Jack and Hogan and all the coaching staff, I think they probably picked that up a little bit, and so they do a good job of kind of letting me be.
Yeah, talked about that moment in practice on Thursday. You guys almost went through that exact same situation, and you hit it. How would you love that you guys work those situations and kind of do those end of game situations, and it almost seems to be such second nature to you.
Yeah, I mean, the more you put yourself into that, your body into that stress and your mind into that real game scenario, I think is beneficial. So this coaching staff have done a really good job all the way back to camp of just putting us in game-like situations and making practice as real as it can be.
Pretty close to your hometown.
To what you've experienced now, can you put into words how gratifying this entire year, this entire season has been for you?
I really can't, because I just don't deserve this. I'm just I was a soccer player growing up. I idolized football players in the NFL and all that stuff, and just to be here is surreal, and I'm still finding myself kind of pinching myself. I'm so grateful for all the doors that the Lord's opened for me, and even if I wasn't here, I'd still be praising His name. So hopefully, just given the stage that I may or may not have right now, I hope that's what I can do.
This was really an incredible stage tonight. Not only was it a primetime game, but one against a really tough Texans team. You guys trailed most of the way, and then also very close to your hometown. Mm-hmm. Can you sum up just the importance of these kicks and how it helps your confidence going forward with this team and the ultimate end goal that you guys want to accomplish?
Anytime you can see a ball go through the uprights, it feels good. I'm just happy we got the win, and now it's on to next week, and we'll enjoy this one for a little bit, but I'm just so proud of how the team responded, and I think today really showed the true culture of our team and the never give up attitude and all those things.
Did you have a lot of family and friends here tonight?
Yeah. I don't know. I I have a ton of friends that are like season ticket holders and stuff like that, so they got their own tickets, so I didn't have to mess with that, which was nice. But I'm about to see a big group of people, so there's going to be a good number out there.
Being back home, do you hope for a moment like this, just another opportunity to win it?
Do what?
Being back home, do you hope for another just highlight moment like this for Glory?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of almost feels like too scripted, like too good to be true. And so I don't try to let myself get too far into the what ifs, and just kind of keep myself in the moment and stay even keeled while I can.
I gotta imagine that other ball under your arm is from Dan Campbell. Tell me what he said this time. He's a funny guy in those post-game locker room celebrations.
I keep blacking out in those moments. I'm not a big speech person, so whenever I knew that was coming, I knew I was gonna have to get something going. But I mean, he's just kind of reiterated what this team's about, and the grit that we have, and the never die attitude that we have. So I'm super happy to be playing for a coach like that in an organization like this.
How helpful was the 58-yard kick before you get that 52-yarder? Same direction and all that. Is that kind of helpful in that situation?
Yeah, but that's also why you warm up so many balls both ways, so that you're confident from each spot going both ways. But yeah, it felt good to see that first one go through, and that first one I didn't hit a very good ball on. But luckily I was able to see it go through.
When you see those come within inches, do you get nervous watching it, or do you feel confident as soon as you release?
A lot of time when it was that close. Tonight was really close, so I definitely had a little moment, but luckily they just kind of went right back in at the end when they needed to.
Jack and Hogan mean to you in this process. I think they often talk about it's an operational thing. You're
Yeah.
giving them credit for obvious reasons, but how much do they matter to you in these moments?
Yeah, I mean, they've helped me grow so much as a player and as a person, and kind of my approach to every game and every practice. And I mean, Jack has done it at the highest level for a number of years now, and Hogan and I want to get to where he's at. And so to be in a room with those two guys that take their craft so seriously and care about it and want to do well, want me to do well, it's a really good feeling to be around guys like that.
You had a team in this locker room that said they made no effort to get the ball closer, and it's almost like you're more confident 50 yards and beyond. Is it? I mean, is that just a weird quirk? Like the further back you get, the more confident you feel?
I don't know. I mean, you don't want to be that way. You want to be as confident from everywhere, but I think it's just do your job from where the ball's at, and whatever situation the coach has put me in, I'm gonna try my best to help this team out.
Important was it for you guys to continue just playing the way you were and to limit them completely in the second half?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I feel like we got off to kind of a slow start. We put ourselves in that position, but just continuing to play, not looking back in the past, just focusing on the present play, one play at a time. We knew coming out of the half, we were just going to have to chip away, and I mean, it just shows what this team's all about. So.
That was a really physical, gritty effort by the Houston Texans to come into this building and take it from them to improve to 8-1. Is it ever surprising to you the ways in which you guys find to win games like that?
I mean, it's hard to win in the NFL and win on the road, so anytime we can do that, it's big. But there's never no question. I feel like it's just the whole team's one heartbeat, and we know we've been through everything. So when adversity does hit, we know that each guy's just gonna do. All you gotta do is do your job, one play at a time, and good things happen. So.
I know the cornerbacks were always looking for those interceptions.
Yeah.
The safeties had really run that column on this team.
Yeah.
What did it mean to see a guy like Carlton grab 2 picks in a really crucial half of football for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, CD's been nothing but great ever since he's got here. He's been locked in, wants to win, and he's just a great person. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. His work ethic's awesome, and again, just talk about a guy who wants it so bad every single play and just does his job. So.
And give me finally just your thoughts on Jared Goff. Rarely does any quarterback in this league overcome 5 interceptions to drive a team down for not 1 but 2 field goals that tilt the game in their favor. What does it mean to see him lead this team with his perseverance and grit?
I mean, JG, he just doesn't back down, and that's another thing. This whole team just knows it. And JG knows no matter what happens, we're gonna have his back. So I just think it's just something special, and we just got to keep it going. So
8-1 feels pretty good, eh?
Yep, exactly. Thank you.
Jared threw a great ball, and we were able to convert.
How big is defense? I mean, 5 turnovers by the offense today for the defense to give you guys that one last chance there at the end.
Yeah, it was huge. They came up clutch all game. I think the defense played great. We put them in some bad spots with the interceptions and things that we had. But I think they fought hard all game. I mean, CD had 2 huge picks. They had a bunch of stops on 3rd down. I don't know. I think they held them to a super low amount of rushing yards. I saw it throughout the game. Defense played great, and I think when your defense plays like that, you have no choice but to win the game as an offense, and I'm glad we did it.
You guys ever like surprise? I know you guys talk about grit and stuff. Do you ever like surprise yourselves with what you're able to bounce back from?
Not really. I feel like if you would have asked me 3 years ago, probably yeah. But now with the team that we have, the guys that we have, the resilience that we've kind of built throughout the years, I feel like we're in every game no matter what. And coming into halftime, we told everyone like we try to make one play and get on track. And defense came out first play of the game on defense, got a pick. We unfortunately threw a pick right back, but we just kept battling back and forth and figured out a way to win it.
Touchdown celebration for Sam, who dreamed that one up.
So, JMO actually came up with that. He sent us in the group chat. He goes,
Last one there.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't in the game. He said he wished it was in the game. He sent us a video of some guy that, I don't know what it was, like a flag league, and he scored, and the whole sideline came and did it. Guy was flipping in front, and JMO was like, if we do it, I'm going to flip. Everyone just do that. I'm going to go in front of everyone and flip. But he wasn't in the game, unfortunately. But it said whoever scores first, we're doing it. So.
We'll look up slowly the record, the 7 touchdowns, 7 consecutive games. What does it mean to you?
It's awesome. It's cool. I'm just glad. I'm glad we were able to win that game, whatever it takes to win. In this league at this point of the season, those type games, it was tough for us. I'm gonna be honest. Offensively, I feel like I didn't have my best game. They had a good plan on defense for us, but at the end of the day, we figured out a way to win, and that's the most important thing.
Those tunnel screens seem like they're hit or miss plays. How quickly do you know you've got the lane? Is it immediately when you turn around and see it?
Yeah, I think that play, he rigged it up great. We have a lot of formations that look like that where I'm coming across on motions, and we run it. So it's a play off a play. I try to be as lackadaisical as I could coming across the motion, and then turned around quick. And Panay and TP had great blocks, and I was able to, push it in there.
It's inconsequential, the final result with that early shovel pass out of motion. What do you even call that? I mean, it was a pretty cool looking design by Ben.
Yeah, we call it, what do we call that? I can't give away all the plays.
Is that what it is? Is it a shovel pass?
Yeah, it's kind of like a shovel pass, yeah. Have Panay pull in, follow him. It's kind of nice to follow a guy like him. But we knew it was going to get called this game. And it was a big 3rd down conversion for us, but like I said, that first half was a blur.
You'll have to block for Panay someday, I guarantee it.
For sure. I mean, I tried to get him a touchdown on that pitch against the Cowboys, but unfortunately some things got called back. Thank you, guys.
Like that, Josh.
It's just a gritty win, down at halftime. And then I feel like it was no question that we're still going to win that game. It was unwavering faith in this locker room. Everybody was confident that we're going to come back. And, that's the type of wins that you want during the regular season, because that builds the toughness of the team, and also just shows you how gritty we are.
Jack Campbell came out at halftime and he said we have got to get some takeaways defensively. I imagine that was the message in the halftime locker room. And then you got CD comes out with not one but 2 big ones.
Yep.
How key was that, and how did you guys get that done?
Yeah, that was a great plays by CD. I think that was the first play of the half actually. The first pick, and then the second one came. Was that in the red zone, I believe? Yeah, in the red zone. So 2 key takeaways. And, starting the half like that really switched the momentum onto our side. And then we just had to step up as a defense, and then the offense stepped up as well.
When you guys are driving at the end of that game and you guys know you've got Bates, he's been proven a couple of times going into this, and he hit that big 58-yarder. What are you thinking? What's going through your head?
Honestly, when Jake goes up there, there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to hit it. So that was just regular to see him hit that field goal, especially from that distance. He's done that in practice all the time, and you just have full faith in him.
Obviously, coming into this game, you guys knew that you had to shut down the run. You guys are darn good at that.
Yep.
What was it that enabled you to do that and kind of limit them, especially in the second half?
For sure, it just came down to physicality. Being physical, setting good edges, and making sure that, our DBs, they do such a great job of tackling, and they stepped it up in first and second half, and the linebackers always do a job of tackling as well. And then our defensive line is just so physical. So I feel like that's what led to great run defense. And then also AG, you know, he never goes wrong with the calls. So
This is a guy whose hometown team is the Texans.
Yep.
What did it mean to do that for AG tonight?
man, it meant the world. You know, I talked to him before, so I know how much he loves this state. Of course, just being from here, and so just to come back to where he's from and get a win like this, prime time coming back in the second half, man. I'm just so happy for him.
8-1 sounds pretty good. Congratulations.
For sure. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.